friends, it's Jackie Ballheis from Clump and Stampers, and I'm an expert card maker.
And I'm Jesi, and I'm the new card maker. And welcome back to our Card Making 101 series. This is class number 8 now?
8.
Wow.
We're moving along, and you're learning a lot.
I'm learning so much.
So if you followed us and have been following along, class number 7, we made a simple SIP card. Taught Jesi how to use stamps, ink, and paper, and some tips for picking out the first stamp set to get started with. Well, this time we're going to show her how to step them up a little bit. Doesn't take a lot of supplies and products. We still keep it easy because everything we do is easy. But we're going to add just a little bit to those cards to step it up. You are ready to do that?
Wish me luck again.
She can do it. Let's get stamping. Okay, Jess, do you remember this card that you made in class 7?
Yes, I do.
You ready to step it up?
I don't think I have a choice.
We're going to take this basic design and show you how to step it up by adding some cardstock and some dimensionals and a few other things.
Okay.
So first thing we're going to do is cut our layers because we're going to layer onto that note card. So we just have a piece of basic white. You need to cut that 4.5 by 3. So this will be the layer that'll go onto your note card.
3.
Now, if you'd like to make this card when we're all done, make sure to check out the blog post because we'll have all these measurements for you. So you'll be able to grab all of that over there. And then we need our black layer, which will be 4 5/8 by 3 1/8.
4, 4.5, 4 5/8.
I know. I do the same thing. I have to kind of count the tick marks to get the eighths.
Slowly work my way there. And this was
3 1/8.
That's easier to find.
Now, don't forget about our cardstock cutting guide also that we shared in class number 3, I think. You'll link that in the blog post.
Am I done with this?
We're done with that for now. So instead of stamping on the note card this time, we're going to stamp on our piece of basic white.
Can I stamp in purple this time?
You may stamp in purple this time.
Thanks.
So let's use Highland Heather. So why don't you grab that, and we are going to start and stamp the front of this pretty much like you did last time.
Okay.
And then we'll add all the extra little fun. So we'll do the same thing. We'll stamp it once and twist it a little bit and offset. There you go. And then another time. Oh, now wait, because you came off. I wouldn't stamp it again.
Oh, that's right.
So stamp it, ink it, scrap paper. Now do your second stamping. And because he came off.
Thanks for the reminder. I got a little stamp happy there.
I know. I'm just watching you here. There you go. And do your second one. Perfect. So we'll put the leaves or the yellow centers on it, whichever order you want to do those in.
Centers are easier.
Centers are easier because they're smaller. No. Look at that. I think I'm going to like this in the purple.
Because purple is the better color than pink.
It's always been a rivalry in our family. Jessi's the purple girl, Jamie's the pink girl. And then we'll do our leaves in green. But this time we're not going to stamp our greeting. So just do your leaves.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to do the greeting a little bit different to show you how you can step that up and add a little extra. So look at this. You're just becoming an expert.
This is stressful still.
Now don't stamp it again. Are you left-handed?
No, but I think I might be.
You're kind of inking with your right, stamping with your left.
I'm trying to not, like, put my arm in the ink.
There, I think that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so next, let's go ahead and just adhere that onto our black layer.
Okay, so glue.
So you're going to use the liquid adhesive, not too much. Let's see.
Oh, it wasn't upside down.
Oh, good point.
Come on.
This happens sometimes. Actually, it happens to me a lot. Usually there's like a little bit of glue stuck at the end, and if you pick it off, it will probably work again just fine.
I don't think, is it empty?
You know what? That one could be close to being empty.
Have you been playing with this one too much?
Yeah, you know what? Grab another one. There's another one sitting right there.
Oh, this one actually feels heavier.
You know,
oh, wait, no, that's new.
That's a brand new
wow,
one.
Why do you have so much green glue right here? It's like you like it or something.
It is.
There we go.
Okay, now we're back in business.
Whew, that was rough.
But that's a good point. You should always store your glue upside down. And then that'll keep the glue right at the tip ready to use.
Okay. Layered.
Now for the greeting, we're just going to set that aside. And for the greeting, we are going to take scrap paper, and you need your black pad.
Before I grab the cutter, I know I have to stamp the inside an envelope. Can I do that?
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Well, that's why I left this all set up nicely.
Yeah, let's do that. Then you don't have to.
Okay.
So here's just our regular note card, what you stamped directly on last time. And go ahead and put a flower on the inside, and we'll put a flower on the envelope.
I like this purple color.
I know, it's turning out really nice.
And the fun thing with stamping, I can make my flowers any color I want.
Exactly.
Even if it's not realistic.
And flowers come in all different colors. I don't think there's a right or a wrong.
I don't know. I'm not a flower expert, so I can't really say.
I'm not either. That's why I stamp them in all different colors. Whatever color I like works. Perfect.
Good, good.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we'll set these aside, and we can move the ink pads aside so you don't put your arm in them.
Yeah, I felt like I was being very careful.
Okay. So now what we want to do is,
oh,
we're going to stamp first and then cut. Okay. I want to show you another tip here.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're going to like cut out your greeting, it's kind of hard to figure out what size to cut your cardstock and all that jazz. So I like to just take a bigger piece like this, stamp your image right down to the edge.
Okay. It's upside down.
As straight as you can. Now something like this stamp, because the top actually has a really nice straight words.
Yeah.
You could flip it and stamp upside down.
Oh.
Because that way you can
kind of line up easier.
Yeah, you can line it up on that edge really nice. Perfect. Because now what you're going to do is bring in your paper trimmer, and you're going to just trim this down to size. So we don't even really need to measure. We're going to just look through the paper trimmer. You can see where it's going to cut. Have it flush here because you're straight on the bottom. And then do that side, and then do the two ends. So that's my little tip. I layer my greetings a lot, but I don't like to like pre-measure, pre-cut. This just helps you get it nice and tight.
Yeah, that works.
There you go. Perfect. Okay.
I can get rid of this again?
You can get rid of that
Okay.
again. Let's bring in your piece here. And now this is where we're going to start adding a few other things. Linen thread is my favorite. I'm going to call it a ribbon. I don't use a lot of ribbon, but I like that because it's easy to tie.
You're going to make me tie a bow.
I am.
I hate tying bows, everybody.
But you're going to do. So what I like to do is we're going to tie our bow on this side.
Okay.
So we're going to start by giving more than plenty. So, you know, if you cut it too short, then it's hard.
Yeah.
And we're going to just take this and we're going to wrap it around 1 time, 2 times, give ourselves more than plenty, and then cut it. So once again, we're not measuring. There you go. Now, here's your 2 ends to tie a bow. Now, my trick to tying a bow is I always tie it upside down. So, you know, this is your card sitting there upside down. I don't know why, it always makes the ends go better. And just make believe you're tying your shoes. But then again, I know you had a hard time learning how to tie your shoes.
I just hate tying bows.
But it adds so much to it. Now, if you do struggle getting it too loose, like I think you are.
Ah!
Actually, that's not bad. Because now you flip it the other way and... gorgeous bow there. Now you just adjust it. I mean, mine look like this a lot to start with too. You hold your finger in the middle and then just pull these down. You know, get the bow to about the size you want it. And pull them down. And then just trim it off with the scissors. And then I'm going to show you a glue dot trick to make your bow lay how you want it to lay. See, your bow looks really good. Now, because we want it over this way a little bit more, you can even just kind of scooch it over there, like so. Now, if your bow isn't laying, you know, nice and flat how you want it.
It's definitely not.
You can take a glue dot, and this, I'm going to share a new tool with you.
Okay.
Take your pick tool.
Take your pick.
It has a pokey end. There's actually several ends that come on this, and you can switch them. Honestly, I only use the pokey end and the putty end. But the pokey end works really good for this. You're going to take it to just kind of pick up a glue dot. And you can kind of almost roll it in half a little bit. And then you're going to just stick it underneath where you want that bow, the center of the bow to be, and then smush the bow down in it.
Yeah, and now it won't move.
Exactly. And it lays flatter.
That works.
There you go.
Okay.
This pokey end, I don't know why I call it pokey. We actually shared this back in video number 4 with glue dots there as well. And then also
yeah, it helps with the mini glue dots to get those backings off.
Yeah, so that's just a nice little tool to have. Okay, we're going to add your greeting now. We're going to use the Stampin' Dimensionals. And
big or little?
I think the big ones will work.
Okay.
And because we're going to put it right over the center of our bow or our piece of twine here, I would put a couple way at the top and a couple at the bottom, because that way it'll make sure it sticks down on both sides. Maybe 2 there and then one in the bottom.
I don't think there's room for a couple.
Yeah, that's good. And then just go ahead and put that over that linen thread.
Oh, it would turn into one on top.
That works too. And just,
like there?
Yeah. But see how this is stepping it up? Super simple.
I think I went crooked.
Yeah, when you start putting layers together.
There you go.
There you go.
I think that's good.
That looks good.
Okay.
So, and then we're going to step it up even a little bit further and add some bling. A couple of rhinestones.
I like the bling.
I love putting some type of embellishment like that. I like to use 3 for one. It makes them go a long way. But, oh, hold on. The other end of this take your pick tool, the putty end, this is to help you pick up things. So I have a hard time grabbing these and putting them on there, but you can almost kind of scoop it up with that. And then just place it down where you want it. So I would do like one down there, and then do a smaller one that's also down on the bottom. And then you can do another one kind of up, maybe up there. Try to think almost like a triangle-ish.
It's a weird triangle.
It is, but that's okay. I was never good at geometry. And then we have our note card that we're going to put that on, but let's use dimensionals on that as well. Now again, when Jesi finishes with these, we have a few other show and tells to show you some other ideas of taking those SIP cards and stepping them up. And then make sure to check out the blog post that goes with this video, because we'll have a download over there for you where you can download pictures that has the cards we're sharing with you along with the supplies we used and all of the cutting measurements. So if you'd like to recreate these, we'll make it as easy as we can for you.
But I bet all those cards are in pink, not purple.
I'll include your purple on the download. And then just stick that in the center.
You know what? I don't got that nice crisp edge.
Oh, yeah.
Now it lays flat.
And just stick that on there. Look at that. Now look at just adding the layers, the little rhinestones, popping our greeting up like that, and the ribbon or the linen thread, how much added, you know, whatever.
Same card, but so different.
Yeah, and so much nicer. Here is the one I had made previously in pink. But, you know, there you can see the difference on those. So between last video and this video, let's just show them this. You can see where you can stamp right on the note card.
So that's our basic just SIP card, stamps, ink, paper.
Yep.
Nothing else.
Still sticking with stamps, ink, and paper.
But it's like a little SIP plus.
SIP plus.
SIP plus a layer.
Plus a layer. I like that. And then SIP plus plus.
SIP stepped up.
Yep, so now we've stepped it up by adding, you know, the greeting cutout and some more stuff to it. But you can see how the progression of that card really shows super simple. There's our
SIP plus
and our SIP stepped up. Now, what other ones? I have a few other ones here that
And is this just on with the glue dot too?
Oh yeah, this bow, because we didn't wrap it around, I just tied, you know, a little bow on its own and used the glue dot just to stick it down.
Those are some sturdy glue dots.
They hold really good. Yeah, so I use those because I like to put little bows on a lot, and that works really good. So let's see, what other stepped up ones do we have? So here, we started with that one. SIP plus with a couple layers. And then I didn't do a whole lot different, but I added just the linen thread and cut this out and popped it up. So you can see just that little bit, how much it really changes a card and how simple that is.
Well, and this layer was on with liquid glue. This layer's on with dimensionals.
And I do like to put these layers on with dimensionals when I use linen thread or any kind of ribbon.
Oh, because it gives it the room back there.
Yeah, because you got that bulk back there. And let's see, I think we got one more here. So remember that one?
I do.
Let's see, there was the envelope. There's our SIP plus with that layer in there. And then here, I actually cut out a flower. So I stamped it on scrap paper and cut it out and popped it up with a dimensional. There's a little bow added with a glue dot. And here I used a circle punch, which we'll talk about soon in a future class. But instead of cutting it, we just punched it in a circle. But again, just a little bit. You know, that one really does need rhinestones.
Are we just going to finish this card now?
We're just going to finish it. Because I like bling. I think it's just...
It's such a small detail, but it does add a lot.
It really does. It just makes it more special.
Yeah.
So, Jess, I really liked your purple version of that card.
Oh, thank you. It was nice to let my personality come through it because I'm not a pink person.
There we go. Although you were wearing your pink jacket earlier.
Well, it's because you bought that for me.
So I hope you learned some tips and tricks for stepping your cards up. Like you said, we still kept it really easy, but every time you step it up a little bit more, that card just looks nicer and nicer. So we're keeping it simple and stepping it up with SIP products, stamps, ink, and paper.
And don't forget, if you're learning a few tips from us throughout this Card Making 101 series, please share it, pass it along with your friends. We want to help them learn to make cards too.
Exactly. And like we said, this was class number 8. So if you're just finding us now, make sure you go watch the first 7 classes because we share all kinds of tips about stamps, ink, and paper.
So until our next class, have a stamp happy day, everyone.
Alrighty, bye.